8061. Airborne weather radar equipment must be installed in large transport category aircraft in the conterminous 48 United States. A. That are engaged in passenger carrying operations. B. That are engaged in either cargo or passenger carrying operations. C. And be fully operational, although weather forecasts indicate no hazardous conditions. The correct answer is A. The requirement for airborne weather radar equipment in large transport category aircraft in the conterminous 48 United States is specifically for those engaged in passenger carrying operations. This requirement is based on the consideration that the safety of passengers is a primary concern, and having functioning weather radar equipment can help enhance the ability of the aircraft to detect and avoid hazardous weather conditions. Passenger carrying operations involve transporting individuals who may not have direct control over the aircraft and rely on the operator to ensure their safety. Therefore, equipping the aircraft with weather radar equipment is necessary to provide the flight crew with crucial information about potentially dangerous weather phenomena such as thunderstorms, turbulence, or other hazards that could pose risks to the passengers. Cargo-only operations, on the other hand, do not involve the transportation of passengers and are typically conducted with different considerations and regulations in terms of equipment requirements. Hence, the requirement for airborne weather radar equipment in large transport category aircraft specifically applies to passenger carrying operations. 8062. In which aircraft or under what conditions is airborne thunderstorm detection equipment required? A. Large multi-engine turbine-powered aircraft having a passenger seating configuration of 19 seats or more being operated by a commuter air carrier. B. Any aircraft having a passenger seating configuration of 19 seats or more that is engaged in passenger carrying operations under IFR or at night. C. Small aircraft having a passenger seating configuration of 10 seats or more, excluding any pilot seat, that are engaged in passenger carrying operations. The correct answer is C. No one is allowed to fly a passenger-carrying aircraft with a passenger seating layout of 10 seats or more, except any pilot seats, unless the aircraft is outfitted with either certified airborne weather radar equipment or approved thunderstorm detection equipment. 8070. When a ground proximity warning system is required under 14 CFR Part 135, it must A. Convey warnings of any deviation below glide slope and of excessive closure rate with the terrain. B. Convey warnings for excessive closure rates with the terrain, but not for deviation from an ILS glide slope. C. Alert the pilot by an audible and visual warning signals when deviation above or below glide slope occurs. The correct answer is A. The reason is that a ground proximity warning system, GPWS, is designed to enhance the safety of aircraft operations by providing timely alerts and warnings regarding the proximity to the terrain. The primary purpose of the GPWS is to prevent controlled flight into terrain, CFIT, accidents, where an aircraft inadvertently flies into the ground or obstacles. To effectively fulfill this purpose, the GPWS must be capable of conveying warnings for any deviation below the glide slope and for excessive closure rates with the terrain. Deviation below the glide slope refers to the aircraft flying too low or descending at a rate that deviates from the established glide path, which could lead to a collision with the ground or obstacles. Additionally, excessive closure rate with the terrain refers to the aircraft approaching the terrain at an unsafely high rate of closure. This warning is crucial to prevent accidents that could occur due to inadequate separation between the aircraft and the ground. Therefore, in order to meet the requirements under 14 CFR Part 135, the GPWS must be capable of conveying warnings for both deviations below the glide slope and excessive closure rates with the terrain through audible and/or visual warning signals to alert the pilot in a timely manner. 8071. When a ground proximity warning system is required, it must A. Apply corrective control pressure when deviation below glide slope occurs. B. Incorporate a means of alerting the pilot when a system malfunction occurs. C. Incorporate a backup feature that activates automatically upon total failure. The correct answer is B. The reason is that incorporating a means of alerting the pilot when a system malfunction occurs is essential for maintaining the safety and reliability of the Ground Proximity Warning System, GPWS. A malfunction in the GPWS could compromise its ability to provide accurate warnings and alerts, which could potentially lead to a dangerous situation. By incorporating a means of alerting the pilot when a system malfunction occurs, the pilot can be promptly notified of any issues or failures in the GPWS. This allows the pilot to take appropriate action, such as seeking alternative methods for terrain awareness or adjusting their flying technique, to ensure the safety of the aircraft and its occupants. Having a system malfunction alert also enables pilots to differentiate between genuine warnings and potential false alarms caused by system malfunctions. It helps pilots maintain confidence in the GPWS and make informed decisions based on reliable information. Therefore, to meet the requirements and ensure the effectiveness of the GPWS, it must include a feature that alerts the pilot in the event of a system malfunction, allowing for timely response and appropriate action. 8077. Which group of aircraft must have a shoulder harness installed at each flight crew member station? A. Aircraft having a passenger seating configuration, excluding any pilot seat, of 10 seats or more. B. All passenger-carrying aircraft operating under 14 CFR Part 135, having a seating configuration for 10 persons. C. Large aircraft being operated in commuter air service, having a passenger seating configuration of 9, excluding any pilot seat. The correct answer is A. Any individual operating a turbojet aircraft or an aircraft with a passenger seating configuration of 10 seats or more, excluding any pilot seats, must install an approved shoulder harness at each flight crew member station.